Hello everyone, welcome to Yin Yoga. My name is Vince. For this class, we'll need props like bolsters and blocks. Please come into a comfortable seated position, just resting your hands on your lap, your knees, or the floor beside you. Allow yourself to fully ground and root into the earth. Allow yourself to enter into a space wherein you can cultivate awareness. Wherein we can start seeing and feeling the unseen. In a way wherein we can bring ourselves into that beginner's mind. Imagine yourself practicing yoga for the first time, if this is not the first time. What would you observe in your breath as you notice breathing for the first time? How do you feel? Observe the workings of the mind. How are you thinking right now? Observe the sensations in your body and try to connect to the intent of why you showed up. To take care of yourself, to give yourself strength, to uplift yourself so that you can uplift others, give others strength. When we do things for others, we become better as well. Can you try to find areas of tension in the body? Can you try to replace them with softness? Maybe starting from the face, the neck, the shoulders, the chest, the belly, the legs. Whatever we do for ourselves, we can do for others. So when we cultivate that strength, we can be the strength for those we love. When we control and influence ourselves positively, we can be a positive influence for light, hope, love, and joy for others as well. So try to cultivate what you want for others. If you want peace, they say start to cultivate peace within. Let go of everything, tension, tightness, resistance. Just relax as we start our yin practice. Can you slowly try to extend your legs out to the side? So the right leg first, and then slowly extend the left leg out. Notice that stretch on the inner legs, tension at the back of your legs. See if you can move your hips back. If you want to, you can sit on a prop, like a bolster, a pillow, or a blanket, just to try to point your hips a bit forward because we're going to fold forward. Have your props ready in front of you. Feel free to bend the knees. If the hamstrings complain, you can place blocks, rolled up towels, blankets under the knees. Slowly see if you can come down on your hands or maybe the forearms. See if you can find props to support your forehead. You can allow your spine to round as we try to decompress the lower back. Release tension in your spine. Give space in between each vertebrae of your spine. We try to stretch and stress the tissues of the inner legs. Maybe some of us will feel this at the back of our legs. Try to notice how this lengthens the fiber of your tissues, how this gives you that nice stretch to try to release and cleanse blockages deep within so that you can have a more efficient energy circulation. Slowly, we're going to walk our torso towards the right leg. Maybe transfer the props towards that right leg. Maybe just place props on top of the right knee as we fold forward towards that right leg. Notice how tension is shifting now to the back of that right leg as we try to improve circulation, give you nice stretches in the connective tissues of each cross-sectional side of your thigh and leg. Slowly take an inhale, and we're going to walk our hands towards the center and towards the left leg. You can transfer your props over the left leg as we try to allow our torso to fold forward over the extended left leg. Try to feel the grounding. Try to notice how it feels to hold stillness and relax. Here's a very good way to balance and complement our hectic lives, our lives of doing, of moving. Feel your body. Feel the stretch on the sides of the body, on the sides of the spine. These simple movements already give us a full body stretch, stretching the tissues of our legs and the tissues of our spine. Slowly take an inhale. We're going to prop ourselves up. You can place your hands behind you. You can lean back. You can gently remove the prop from under the hip. Place the props aside. Now gently, can you try to help your left leg and place that left leg beside the right? So notice how your hips are on the right and the legs are pointing towards the upper left side of your mat. So keep the legs exactly as you are. And do this slowly because this will feel very awkward. You'll slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, come down to lie down. Continue to point the legs towards the lower left. Can you bring your arms up overhead and then your left hand grabs the right wrist or the right elbow and points your upper body towards the upper left. So your legs and your arms are on the left. Your hips remain on the right. Both buttocks are flat on the mat. That is key to a good banana sana pose. Feel the stretch on the whole right side of your body. Feel the tugging, the good stress, this time on the sides of your thighs, the IT band. Earlier, there was this stretch and stress at the inner legs, at the back of your legs. This time, notice how it feels on the sides of the right thigh, right side of your body. Relax your neck. You can gaze towards the ceiling, towards the right elbow or right armpit, or just gaze wherever it feels right and comfortable. Just continue to find softness. Continue to try to explore and be aware of sensations that are happening in the present moment. Right here, right now. Notice your breath. Observe the mind. Feel the flow of energy as we move your spine in different directions. Feel the release and the space. Where else can you introduce softness? Where else can you try to replace tension with relaxation? When the body is relaxed, the mind and heart follow. Notice how when you soften your face, how any emotion that was negative is being replaced with cheerfulness, brightness, and serenity. Notice areas of your body where there is a spill of energy, where you're holding tension, where you're grasping unnecessarily. Try to let go. Just try to soften. Try to relax. And just try to give yourself permission to be fully here in the present moment. We'll all very gently come out of this pose, bringing our arms, our head back to center, followed by our legs. And then can you please hug the knees to your chest? Hug yourself tightly. You can create circles with the knees. Try to massage the lower back, the sides of the spine. If you did it clockwise, you can do it counterclockwise. And then when you're ready, can you point your legs towards the lower right side of your mat? Maybe you might want to move your hips to the left side. Bring your arms up and overhead. The right hand grabs the left wrist or the left elbow, points your arms towards the upper right. So we're now on the opposite side. Legs and arms are on the right. Our hips are on the left. And we feel tension on the sides of our left thigh, the sides of our belly, the left side of our side ribs and armpits. And then notice the compression on the right side as we squeeze the organs on our right side. We are strengthening our spine through this lateral side bend. Sometimes we were made to believe that as long as we attach monetary value to an activity, that it is valuable. We associate the importance of doing things into the benefit that it gives us. But really, it doesn't mean that if we don't make money out of something, it does not have value. Sometimes the value is the joy that it gives us. Like when we practice our yoga, when we do creative work like art, writing, playing music, putting our time and ourselves into our passions. If it lights our heart on fire, if it brings us joy, if it makes us happy, then these are valuable things. We are souls that deserve to feel that happiness, that spark of joy. These are all part of self-care. So just try to notice and feel what, as they say, makes your heart sing. And as you try to practice stillness, loving kindness, as we get to know ourselves more, especially with that beginner's mind, fresh eyes, we're able to love ourselves more by doing things that we love more. Notice how the body has opened up. Notice the space on the whole left side of the body. We'll slowly come out of this pose. Take an inhale, and we'll slowly bring our arms, our head, our body back to center, followed by our legs. And when you're ready, please hug the knees to your chest. You can massage your back. You can move your knees from side to side. You can create circles. And then when you're ready, can you extend your legs, point the feet towards your ceiling, place your hands beside your pelvis, and slowly allow your legs to come down. And when they're a foot away from the mat, we're going to hinge forward, engaging our core. Can you please bend your left knee? Bend your right knee. Place that right leg in front of you and slowly swing the left leg back. Place a prop in front of you. If the right hip is off the mat, you can place a prop to support you and ground you. You can tuck the toes to try to bring the left knee as far back as possible. Once you find your edge with the left knee, with the left leg, untuck the toes, rest the top of your left foot on the mat. If it's not accessible for you, just allow your left knee to bend. And then slowly we'll come down on our forearms. Slowly we'll see if we can rest our chest on the prop in front of us. It could be a pillow, a bolster, a block. Or it can also be just your forearm. Wherever you are, try to soften, try to relax. Try to notice if there's any injurious feeling. You feel free to adjust, feel free to move. But when you find that shape that feels good for the body, try to find stillness. Try to release any tension, any unnecessary holding on the feet, the legs, the groin, your shoulders, arms, and neck. You can gaze towards the right or towards the left, or just rest your forehead on your forearms, on the mat, on a bolster, or on a block. We're trying to stress our underutilized parts, the deep parts of our hips. We're trying to untangle deep connective tissues so that we regain and maintain a range of motion. Notice how earlier we gave good stress to the insides of the legs, the back of your legs, the sides of your legs in that banana shape. And this time, try to notice how we're applying strong stress, very intense, very deep into the glutes. Notice how we're trying to target all cross-sectional sides of your thighs to remove blockages, to improve circulation, to transport blood, gas, energy, oxygen. Take an inhale. Slowly energize your hands, your arms. We'll gently prop ourselves up. Can you try to move your left knee behind the right heel? Two options here. You can place bolsters behind you, one or two. Or if you have blocks, try to place them behind you crosswise. And then the middle spine, your bra strap, or around the back of the nipple area for the men, will land on the block that is closer to you. And then your head will be supported by the block that is away from you. Slowly see if you can come down on your forearms and elbows, and then you can adjust the block under you. Or if you want to just use a bolster, feel free to do so. And then find support for your head. Feel the stress this time in front of your left quads. You can bring your arms out to the sides or up and overhead. Or you can just place them wherever they feel relaxed and comfortable. So notice now you're in a back bend. Try to find softness. Try to find space. Try to observe and notice the sensations that you feel in this moment. Yes, a very good way to try to open up the left ankle, to improve the health of the left knee, to give very healthy stress throughout your spine, and to stretch the front of your body, specifically the front of the left thigh. The more you surrender, the more you relax, the more that your body will benefit from these poses. If there are areas where you feel tension, just try to direct loving kindness, compassion. Breathe through these areas. See how, by relaxing, you can find comfort in the discomfort. We're applying long static holds, which is the safest way to target our yin tissues. Just relax. Just notice your breath. Observe the mind. Try to soften the heart as well. Allow love, compassion, forgiveness to penetrate into your heart. There's this saying that, by Rumi, I think, that it is in our wounds that the sun's rays pierce through. Take an inhale. Slowly, we'll come out of this pose by coming into our right side. Just fall towards the right side as you extend the left leg, and we'll remove the props from behind us so that we can lie down on our back. We rest for a few moments. Everything in life just passes through, is temporary. Maya Angelou said before that even the strongest storms run out of water. So we bear this in mind as we all go through difficult storms. In different degrees. But we can do this. Slowly bend the knees, hug the knees to the chest, give yourself credit and love for all the work, all the positivity that you try to cultivate. Can you extend your legs up, point the feet towards the ceiling, slowly allow the legs to come down, and when they're a foot away from the mat, we're going to engage our core and hinge forward. Bend your left knee. Swing the right leg back. Tuck the toes of the right foot so that you can bring the right knee as far back. Place a prop in front of you. And again, try to see where you need support. You can rest the top of your right foot on the mat. See if there's a gap in between the left thigh and the mat. You can place a block or a blanket or a pillow. Slowly see if you can try to come down on your hands or forearms. See if you can find support for your body, for your head, as we fold forward and down. See where it's comfortable to gaze, maybe towards the right shoulder. Maybe you can just rest your head on your hands or forearms or on the prop. Or maybe it will be more comfortable for you to gaze towards the left. Notice now the deep stress that is being experienced by the left glute. Notice as well the stretch in front of the right thigh. Where can you introduce softness and stillness? How can you relax? Discomfort may be inevitable in life, but suffering is always optional. Many times it's not the circumstance, it's not the events that really make us suffer in life. It's our perception, our interpretation, our attitude. So many times the suffering is not really external, but we allow it to happen. It becomes our choice. Slowly energize your hands, your arms. Gently walk the hands closer to you. We'll prop ourselves up. And then carefully, can you try to bring your right knee behind the heel of the left foot? So we're going to set up here. Again, your choice. So earlier we used our blocks. If you want to, you can place a bolster or two behind you. The higher you are, the easier this pose will be, the more accessible it will be. So for beginners, you might want to stack your props and use soft props. For intermediate yogis, you can use your blocks, place them crosswise behind you. Slowly see if you can come down on your forearms, on your elbows. See if you can adjust that block that is closer to you. See if your bra strap, or for the guys, below the nipple area, can land on that block. And then see if your head is fully stable using the block away from you. And then once you find stability, you can extend your arms out to the sides or up and overhead. You can even place a pillow or a prop above the block supporting your head, and maybe you can rest your hands there, your arms. If none of those feel comfortable for the arms or the shoulders, you can just place your arms and your hands beside you. So just try to listen to the body here. Observe your mind. Notice the stretch in front of your right quads. Notice the stretch in front of your body. Enjoy this back bend. And try to observe with fresh eyes the curve in your lower back. Notice how this pose opens up the right ankle and brings your right knee into this full flexion. We all experience negative emotions every day as a normal human being. But we do not need to keep acting and reacting from that feeling. When we choose more positive choices, this will give us that internal power to choose. And as we practice this mindfulness, it should help us be able to navigate better through this crisis and life in general with better emotional and mental fitness. Just try to notice and observe how the stretches feel for your body. Just release all the negativity with every exhale. And as you inhale, try to draw in good things in the same manner that oxygen is nourishing the cells, healing your body, giving you life. Try to allow good things to also penetrate your heart and your mind. We'll slowly come out of this pose. Try to energize your left arm. We'll slowly try to fall towards the left side. And we will gently extend our right leg. And then make our way to lie down on our back as we remove the props from behind us. Good job, yogis. Just Lie down, rest the spine, rest the pelvis, rest the hips and the legs. And when you're ready, please hug the knees to the chest. Can you please bring your arms out to the sides and allow your knees to gently come down on the right. If there's a gap in between the knees, you can place a prop. Options for your arms, you can extend the arms out to the sides like a letter T, or you can place your arms up and overhead. Feel the stretch on the sides of your body. Notice how it feels to place your spine in this rotation. How does this twist feel for the side of your left leg, the left side of your belly, the left side of the chest, the left shoulder, the neck, what can you observe with your mind and your heart? Allow this moment to be like a restart. All mechanical objects, when they are overused, when they overheat, many times the only remedy is to turn them off, switch them off. And when you turn them on a few moments after, they would work perfectly fine. The same with our body, sometimes that's all we need. Not to act when we're in the heat of the moment. Not to really act when we're stressed and not ourselves. But to try to pause and restart and act from a better state of being. Try to compare how you feel to how we started. Notice your energy. Our energy within that emotional, mental, physical energy that we are cultivating is very important to keep on carrying on in our lives. That peace, that stability. We cannot give what we do not have. So to continue to move on, we must always make sure that our gas tank is full. Like our gadgets, the first thing that we do is charge them. Before you go on that road trip, you always fill your car with gas first. Same with our bodies. We try to plug in and charge. So that we have that inner energy, that fuel. Slowly bring the arms beside you. And gently, we're going to bring our knees back to center. And we'll hug our knees to the chest. Hug ourselves with fresh eyes, fresh appreciation for our valuable selves. Can you bring your props to the left side as we slowly allow our knees to come down on the left? You can move your hips to the right. Notice if there's a gap in between the knees. You can place your prop there. Extend your arms out to the sides like a letter T. You can gaze towards the right shoulder. Or if you like a longer twist, you can bring the arms up overhead. And try to notice how this feels on the right side of your body. Notice how this feels in the belly, that massage happening with each breath. Notice the space that allows you to breathe. Notice the mind. Maybe there's that renewed desire and motivation. Maybe there's that feeling of inspiration. And hope for ourselves and for others as we have experienced the beauty of life in the present moment. Each feeling, each sensation, each thought that we have been able to observe. When we appreciate life this way, we see all the miracles that we didn't notice before that happen in our lives. These miracles that don't happen by chance, but were really meant to happen for us. Many times the effort that we put in are really the instruments paving the way for all of these miracles to happen and flow through our lives. And many times, our positivity, where we place our focus and attention on, is important and vital in what we will attract into our lives. So when our mind is peaceful and calm, and we focus on cultivating this peace, then we try to notice how peaceful and calm our lives can be. How we can find serenity in the middle of all the noise around us. What we focus on is where our time, our life, our awareness, our consciousness goes. So if we want good things, we try to cultivate awareness for the good things, gratitude, thankfulness. What are you most thankful for right now? Slowly bring the arms beside you and gently we'll bring our knees back to center. Very gently, don't rush. And please hug the knees to the chest. Please place a pillow, a bolster under your legs as we try to rest the tissues that we worked on. We come into what we call in yoga our savasana. Placing our feet wide apart, our arms just beside us, our palms facing up. Take rest. Let go. And be aware of this tender moment with yourself. Can you slowly bring awareness back and gently introduce movements to your fingers and toes? Can you rotate your ankles and wrists? And can you bring your arms up overhead? Bring the legs together, point the toes. Give yourself a nice long stretch. Can you bend your knees, hug the knees to the chest, imagine you're a round hollow ball. Can you lift your left arm up and allow your knees to come down on the left side? Use your left arm as a pillow. Allow your spine to round. And when you're ready, use your right hand. Slowly push your body to come up. We face front. And we end our practice how we started. Notice the changes in your body, in your mind, and in your heart. Notice how it feels to destimulate our overstimulated brain. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. I bow down to your light. Please take care and stay strong. Namaste.